I'm thinking about as we created Celebration Spiritual Center in December of 2012, as we were visioning and saying yes to CSC, on December 14th, Sandy Hook happened. And it shook me to my core. But I was also clear. I said, we said yes. The call for love. We're answering the call for love. Weeks after we opened our first service, the Boston bombing happened. And on a certain level, I'm getting tired of preaching messages about this. When George Zimmerman was acquitted, I had to change my message on Saturday night so I could speak to that. And Ferguson and Staten Island and all of these things. But what I recognize is that they are always a call for love. And we recognize that CSC is a lighthouse. And as you are part of this community, you are light workers. You are lighthouses in your community. And it's time for us to go out and collectively imagine a different world. Now, this might not be true, or I know it's not true for those that are in the space, but I want to speak to those that are hearing this message today. I'm so grateful, and we've been clear that we affirm our LGBTQ community. We marched in the Pride Parade our first 2 years, definitively and on purpose. At that time, we were still waiting for marriage equality. We live in a different reality now. But I want to call on my LGBTQ brothers and sisters, and please speak to your friends and family. It is time out for going to places that don't affirm you. Yes. Time out. Let us call on our collateral imagination and know that there are churches, spiritual centers, synagogues, temples that affirm you. I heard the story about one of the brothers that was killed, and his parents aren't sure if they're going to be able to have a funeral at the church because the church has issues with his quote-unquote lifestyle. It is time to tap into the collective collateral imagination and know that you are affirmed, and know that there are places that will call you holy. Stop giving your money to places that don't affirm you. Stop giving your talents, stop giving your skills to places that don't affirm you. And if we see that, we can also recognize how we do that in our own lives. We become complicit in our own destruction in many ways, right? Going to places that don't affirm us, staying in relationships that don't affirm us, that shame and blame us. It is time to call on our collective imagination, our collateral imagination, and begin to realize that there is a world that works for us, and there are places that we can live and be, and we no longer have to live in fear. We no longer have to live in shame. We no longer have to hide.